What a great panel to end out on. So thanks for sharing your insights. Hello, everyone. My name is Kevion Ellis. I am the program manager at Grid Catalyst. And I just want to say thank you for attending our second Minnesota Cleantech Summit. I hope that you were able to take something away from the day, whether it was understanding the real opportunity that we have here in Minnesota to be a leader in clean tech innovation, better understanding the resources that are available to you to help scale your business if you are a startup or an entrepreneur, and if you're an ecosystem supporter, just better understanding the ways that you can support startups and entrepreneurs in this space. So thanks for being with us for that. And we also want to take a moment to thank our sponsors who helped make this program possible. So we want to thank 3M, the University of Minnesota Technological Leadership Institute, Train, Clean Energy Economy Minnesota, the Minnesota Department of Commerce, Avisen Legal, Bessel, CenterPoint Energy, and the University of St. Thomas Center for Microgrid Research, and Full Stack St. Paul. So thank you all for the work that you do to move our ecosystem forward and for contributing to the summit. Oh, I got a clicker. We also want to thank our panelists who, across the day shared the insights around funding, around public and private partnerships, the Minnesota opportunity, and innovation in higher education. So thanks for sharing your time and your insights with us. We also want to highlight again our 2024 demonstration cohort of startups who came from far and wide to present on the progress of their pilot projects that they're mobilizing in Minnesota right now. If you are from one of those startups that's still with us right now, just throw a hand up so folks see you. Okay, yeah. If you haven't already, get to know these folks, learn about their tech and the pilot projects that they are mobilizing right now in Minnesota during our happy hour. So we also want to take a moment to talk about some of the upcoming programming that Grid Catalyst is working on. So maybe you heard, if you were with us earlier, you heard Nina mention this, or you saw a flyer on our back table by registration, but I'm excited to announce that our PowerNorth Virtual Incubator is launching this January. This is a 10-week program that's focused on supporting early-stage Minnesota-based entrepreneurs, startups, businesses that are in the energy, clean tech, climate tech, sustainability spaces. And the program is really focused on helping these entrepreneurs move their businesses forward. So we'll be going through training, mentoring, and coaching around how to refine your value proposition, how to perfect your pitch, how to get investor ready, amongst other great things. So that will go live. Applications go live on October 21st. If you know any great innovators in Minnesota that are cooking up something special, please send them our way. You can follow the QR code to learn more about the program. You can also connect with us on social media and connect through our newsletter to learn more about the program. And the PowerNorth Virtual Incubator is part of our larger Minnesota Clean Tech Innovation Pathways Initiative, which is focused on how do we build awareness of what is clean tech entrepreneurship, and how do we support folks who are working on some great concepts and businesses in Minnesota. So we've been working with community partners, industry partners to really build new programming, workshops, and events focused on supporting these early stage innovators. So if you are someone who's interested in partnering with us to get the message out on what is clean tech entrepreneurship and support these entrepreneurs, we'd love to partner with you. So find us after this. And we'd also want to highlight our sponsors of this program who are helping to make it possible. So we want to thank the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development, Launch Minnesota, the McKnight Foundation, and the Wells Fargo Foundation for making this possible. And we are excited to expand this program across the state and excited to launch the virtual incubator in January. Wow, it's exciting. Lastly, we just want to, we talked about the 2024 demonstration of cohorts. You heard them present today. We are also in midst of our 2025 cycle. So tomorrow, we will have 9 startups that are coming from both locally and around the country who are going to present in front of our Innovators Network that's made up of public and private partners for the opportunity to run a pilot project in 2025 here in Minnesota. So we're super excited for those startups that are coming to present at the University of St. Thomas. And if you are one of those startups that's presenting tomorrow that's still with us, just throw a hand up. Okay, we got a couple. Awesome. So if you haven't gotten up to know these folks already, meet them during the happy hour, learn about their tech, and wish them luck tomorrow. And with that, I will turn it over to Nina.
Thank you, Kevion. You know how sometimes you get to see someone take months and months of work and then they plop it into a 5-minute summary? That's just what Kevion just did. An inordinate amount of work for our team since Kevion joined in February. And this Pathways program is such a new idea for us because we've been so focused on pilot projects in the past. But as proud as I am of the Minnesota companies in our cohorts and how glad I am to have the startups from outside of Minnesota come here, we have to do more. Just, if you haven't had enough calls to action today, right? We need to enable the entrepreneurs who are up and coming. We need to enable the people who don't call themselves entrepreneurs yet to get up and into this moment. And it's just incumbent upon us, if you're someone in the room who is the entrepreneur, this is my commitment to you that we're trying to help. If you are not, make that same commitment with me, right? Figure out how we enable that innovation. We're gonna try and do it through this incubator, but it's a hard life as an entrepreneur. If we want people to save the world with these game-changing technologies, we have to be here to help through partnership, through support, and through money, right? These are the things that we need. So anyway, I just want to put a fine point on that because Kevion did a great job wrapping up a lot of really heavy lifting that he's been doing, and we're really excited about what's on the horizon. With that, I'm so excited that there's so many people still in the room. Because we have a guest from the Minnesota Department of Employment and Economic Development who's going to come up and just share a few of his thoughts. To me, this is such a fantastic way to close the day because even though we've talked about a lot of different things for region, I think Deed's perspective on this and what our potential is as a go-to global hub for clean tech, that's who I want in our partnership. That's who I want to hear from. So we're going to welcome up Deputy Commissioner Kevin McKinnon to share a few of his thoughts for the day. Can I mic you up?
Sure. Thanks, Nina. Well, good afternoon, everybody. What a beautiful fall day here in Minnesota. Hopefully you got to be outside a little bit today. Clearly, you're going to have a good time now at the reception, so I don't want to take too much of your time before that starts, but we're really obviously excited about this event. As Nina just mentioned, bringing together a number of different organizations, the founders, accelerators, entrepreneurs, established businesses to network and to learn from each other and to help build this clean tech economy here in Minnesota. We appreciate obviously Good Catalyst's organization here today, and I think the 6 businesses in the cohort, 2 of which I understand are from Minnesota. Hopefully they know all about the programs and services that we're offering at Deed. But as Nina mentioned, we work obviously very closely with a lot of these organizations, and we could not reach the same number of people, the same number of businesses, or put on events like this without great partners. So really appreciate that support. We at Minnesota do want to be at the forefront of innovation in clean tech and also developing pilot projects as well as funding initiatives like Minnesota Energy Alley. So today you heard from leaders in the public, private, and political sector hopefully it's clear that we're all working together to help build this ecosystem that is required to ultimately leverage and grow some of these small ideas into big ideas that make a difference in our economy. So thanks again to Nina and Grid Catalyst. Thank you all for being here today and learning and networking and hopefully growing your business here in Minnesota. So as I mentioned earlier, you're going to have a great evening, clearly, with all the drinks and food here. So I won't take any more of your time, but thank you very much for being here. And thanks for having us being part of it.
Again, a story of critical partnership, our entrepreneurship programming, especially the virtual incubator, being enabled by funding and support from DEED. Rob Simberman was here with Launch Minnesota earlier, so thank you for coming and for your kind words. Okay, you're all probably really sick of hearing from me, so we're gonna wrap it up. So a few of the logistics. There are drink tickets back at the registration table, so if you haven't been nice to Lily today, you're gonna figure out how that ends, because she's got all the power. But that's also a good moment for me to recognize Lily Benowitz. If you are hosting an event, I couldn't encourage you more she will do all the excellent things and make it seem so easy. So she's a great partner. Thanks to Kevion Ellis for his work to bring together. I want to thank the Clean Energy Economy Minnesota team. Again, I call them our business cousins. They are our incredible partners to us, especially in the Minnesota Energy Alley Initiative. Thanks to the Department of Commerce for their partnership in that as well. I want to thank Mike Madison, who is our photographer for the day, we've sent him on his way, but he did some great photos for today. I want to thank Donnie, who's been our videographer, who came up from Rochester and just dealing with all the AV things today, his excellence. And then lastly, I want to thank our Innovators Network. I know we don't have too many of them left in the room, but they are that enabling factor with our startups. They're the proof in our Minnesota ecosystem on being early adoption and putting their actions where their platitudes are. And so just incredible thanks to them. If you're not in that network yet, you can come talk to me about it. So remember the calls to action, right? Make the connections, talk to the startups, figure out how to help. Go back to your organizations and talk about how innovation works. Is it a problem of process, people, culture? Try and be the change maker in that conversation. And because Lori quoted it, I'm gonna say it again. We have everything in our hands to make this the go-to global clean tech hub. It's what we do next that matters. So take that with you today. Go have a beverage, go have some eats, meet 3 new people. Thank you, everybody, for being here today.